okay? Males 55s, females 33s. Couple basic rules here. This is our rep line. You can single shoulder rack this or back rack it. Once we have both feet in front of this line, we're gonna step backwards. The knee must make contact. Once both feet are in front of the rep line and we reach knee extension, that's 1. We can go to 2, 3. They're going to 30. Set up to grab and go. We don't want them to touch anything. Just strap in, start rowing. The butt must be in the seat when it reaches 500. They can be like this, 500, they can bomb out, but most athletes do is this right here. 1, 2. You're not required to stand up at extension. You saw how my hips are nice and low. You may see some people doing this inefficiently. You may see some doing that. You may see incidental hand and knee contact. If they do that, the hands have to come off the rep. What they're not allowed to do is game the system and do crap like this. That's always going to be some age group where they'll try it every now and then. You're not allowed to do this. The hips, the trunk, we want to see this travel up and over that box. Make sense? Count. Both feet must touch the top of the box. 20 med ball sit-ups. You're not required to lock your feet up under there. You're stupid if you don't, but this is what most people will do. The rep starts when the ball touches the ground behind your head. It must touch the plate. That's 1. That's 2. Notice the first one I threw it. The second one I just reached up and touched. As long as the ball makes contact with the face of the plate, not down here. It can touch the bottom. That's fine. All right? We're just tapping the ball. 2 main standards. It must touch the ground behind the head, and the rep is counted when it hits right here. So we'll set up to just grab and go. Gonna start counting. Big fat digital readout. Just like zone 2. They can be right here. 500, they can nail. Take off. 100-meter maze. Those guys will come back through here. They'll place them back down. For the elites, and the elites only.
20 minutes away from our first
pay close attention.
If you're in the elite category, please start.
The horizontal setting is all the way forward.
If you're a spectator,
hand tight snug, hand tight. Where when they get on, it's not going to slide. These pop pins are set so they can easily be adjusted to keep a level playing field for all the elites. They are bottomed out. They set them wherever they want to set them. Couple pointers for you today. Very, very important. Listen closely, everybody. In this zone, unlike 2 and 5, when you get on here, you must hit start as the competitor, not you. But set them up for success. Hey, don't forget to hit start. This starts counting. This defaults to 25 and starts counting down to 0. When it hits 0, it's going to auto-populate back to 25. They can bomb off, but same as 2 and 5. They're not bombing off at 1 calorie and 20 meters into the course when it gets to 0. Their ass is in the seat when it reaches 0. The feet must be inside the framing. That's 1. That's 2. How many reps? 20. 60 for the guys, 40 for the ladies. Okay. 10 to 13 kiddos, both genders, can use the 20s. We don't leave them out here because there's not going to be very many of them. Just know on zones where there's a weight standard, there's always going to be a little pile of equipment over there. Scale down to the female weights, 40 pounds. 65 plus females can scale down to the kiddo weights, 20 pounds. You will see them come on the red wristband. They've checked in at registration, they have a red wristband. That's your communication, like, hey, I can show you I'm a 65 pluser or I'm a 10 to 13. Right. Magnetic resistance sled. It's not about the friction, it's about the magnetic resistance. You're gonna see most people go like this, and they're gonna push. Actually, let me back up. The backwardmost portion of the sled is behind the red line. We're gonna push 10 meters until 100% of the sled is past the 10-meter line. And then we're gonna pull backwards. You'll see this, you'll see some of this. Whatever it is, it's fine as long as the wheels stay in contact with the floor. They are not pulling with the bars. They're pulling with these. They're pulling backwards. never doing this, and they are not wrapping in any way. This is not allowed. Burpees 44 and 22. Chest or abdominal region must make contact with the ram. We must get our legs sprawled out to where we reach hip extension. This is no good. Hip extension. New this year, we must reach hip and knee extension. You don't have to walk around with it like this, but hip and knee extension. Last year and before it was like this. You gotta be here, all right? That would be 1. That would be 2. But I don't want these cheesy reps like that. Same thing, after that last one, place it down. Again, if it tips over, that's fine. If they go straight down, for the 65 plus females, do not scale down. This is the 22 pound is for all females, all ages. The kiddos to the 13 can scale down to the 11s right there.